This has been a fabulous occasion. And I was thinking of the initial proposal from the Menarini Foundation made to me 3 years ago. The Menarini Foundation is the largest privately held pharmaceutical company in Italy. And they have always been involved in education, but they wanted to make a different and major contribution to education that would be international. And the board voted to produce a series of seminars devoted to what the biomedical investigative community thought were the most important topics in medicine. We talked a lot about how to formulate this first seminar, and we elected not to have an audience, but to create it, as it were, along the lines of a Gordon conference, where we took the best talent that we could find. And we were extraordinarily rewarded by the result. This is a small, exclusive, and I have to say, a very carefully curated group of experts. With the COVID disaster, of course, our initial efforts were diluted and changed a great deal, but we depended on literally a weekly survey of the literature and discussions over the ensuing COVID confinement period, and you are what we came up with, and frankly, you have exceeded our most sanguine expectations. It's interesting to talk about the origin of all of you. 5 of you came from the United States, 5 from Israel, 3 from Canada, 2 from Australia, 2 were from Finland, 2 from the United Kingdom, 1 each from Germany, France, Italy, and India. And I noticed with great interest how widely your laboratories collaborated throughout the world. And perhaps it's just my own ignorance of how investigation is done, but this is, I think, a recent phenomenon with the internet and with communication being so much easier across borders, at least by Zoom, etc. But the collaboration networks, I think, are particularly interesting and rather unique. It's really time to say that what we've achieved, I think, and to thank you, you and our supporters. So I think we're leaving with, I hope, a new and expanded awareness of the complexity of the genome, as well as an expanded list of experts and expertise on which we can draw in our own scholarship. We offer, again, profound thanks to the Menarini Foundation and the wonderful staff which was assembled to guide us through every detail of our visit, large and small. Most of all, we want to thank you, Dr. Caraccioli, for your leadership and encouragement, and above all, your friendship. He is, excuse me, he is himself a very well-trained cardiologist who himself is an expert in running and creating clinical trials and supervising them. And I think that his own experience is a tremendous resource for us as we put these seminars together. He knows each of you, he understands the terminology, the work, and the contribution, even though it's not always cardiologic. And I appreciate that, and I think it adds depth and breadth to our efforts. In any case, your special dinners, I think, were important too. I think those informal conversations, as well as the fabulous terrace buffet, have helped us cement our experience of one another and to form perhaps new collaborations and friendships. So with these very few words, I've been warned by by Dove and Marek to keep it short. I just really want to thank each of you. You were a delight to hear. Your contributions were original, fascinating. The discussions were very vibrant. I'm extremely glad we didn't have an audience. And as both of my co-chairmen observed, no one left early. So I think that's a great tribute. So thanks to my fabulous co-chairs, Dr. Dov Feldberg and Dr. Marek Glazerman, whose expertise helped knit together this fabulous faculty. And they join me in offering you a heartfelt thanks and a safe journey home.